everyone, it's Missy, and I purchased the Keurig 2.0 K200 Plus Series brewer, and this was just a Black Friday deal that I found. So, and I'm very intrigued, not because I'm a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, but because I really like hot chocolate, hot cider, and I also enjoy the iced beverages like the iced tea, lemonade, and iced fruit drinks. But I only drink them like maybe once in a great while. I don't need to have like a whole pitcher in my refrigerator of the iced beverages. And with hot chocolate, I usually like to have just 1 cup each night, or cider or whatever during the winter months. I don't need like a pot or anything of that either. And I used to heat up my water in the microwave, and you're not supposed to do that because it wrecks your microwave, is what I was told, and I've been going through microwave ovens frequently because that's what I use is to heat up water, and I don't really heat up water on my stove like I should. So I got this, and I wanted to show you guys the unboxing of it so you can see what's inside. The only difference between the K200 and the K250 that I found out is, I mean, it's the same brewer, it's just that you get a cleaning kit, I guess, with the K250. Okay, so in the box, the first thing they have is the instructions, manual, and the registration card. This looks like the drip container that goes on the bottom. So I'll get all that off. And this, I think, is just in case if something spills over, it catches it and doesn't go over your counter. Okay, so the box said that a water filter handle was included and a water filter. So I'm guessing that's what these items are. So it looks like a filter. I'm pretty sure it is. There's different instructions that come with this. It says it's a maintenance accessory. So we'll set those off to the side. Got the power cord up here. We're going to take this off. And underneath is the brewer. And the brewer is supposed to be a compact size. To me it looks fairly big. I'm going to set you guys down so I can take it out of the box. Okay, so that's what the unit looks like. It's very compact when you look at it from this profile. It wouldn't take up much counter space. But if you could turn to the side, or turn it to the side, I mean, it looks pretty big. So I think that's what they mean by compact design. They made it more, I want to say that I don't know, they decreased the width, but they increased the depth of the unit sitting on your counter. And this looks like the removable water reservoir, and like I said, I'll just turn it this way. So this is if you had it sitting on your counter, you're facing it, that's what it's going to look like. So it looks pretty much like the picture. And the drip tray, I'll just put that, just installs under there. Another thing that somebody told me was that they got rid of their Keurig because they read an article on the internet that there's mold and mildew buildup and you can't clean it. Keurig, I actually contacted them about this article and they said it's a myth that you can clean this unit. The water sits on the outside, so you can definitely remove this and clean this, I know that much. And when the water that goes into the brewer, they said you can actually clean that as well and make sure it gets dried out. So just in case there's comments out there on that. I think pretty much everyone, I think there's like a Mythbuster video that somebody did too about that. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash the reservoir and before I use it for my first time, and then I'll show you guys how to use it. So the first thing that I did is I opened up the water filter, and the water filter part is actually in this white package. I'm just cutting it open, and it is kind of like this I want to call it like a little bean bag because it's like full of these round particles. But you just want to soak it in a bowl of water for 5 minutes. The clear plastic piece that you see on the counter next to it is called the water filter handle, or I like to call it a holder. And you want to take the bottom out of this thing. So there is some 2 tabs that I'm squeezing on, and then I'm just pulling out the bottom just like that. And then there is a mesh screen on this bottom of the holder that you need to rinse by running it under fresh running water, and that you want to run it under there for about a minute. To rinse out the water reservoir, I'm just lifting up from the base and I'm taking the cover off, and then I'll just run this under my freshwater tap on my sink. So the filter has soaked for 5 minutes, and as you can see, the water has turned gray, which is kind of disgusting, but you want to rinse out this filter thoroughly under running water for 2 minutes. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the water filter. So I'm just putting this on the base, and I am going to snap the top on, just like so. And you want to replace this filter every 2 months or after every 60 water refills of the reservoir. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but on the top there is a date or months that it's really hard to see in the camera, but it's so like it's December 1st, so I want to have one piece say that I installed it on December and then I need to change it in February. So that's where this top piece comes in. It just lets you select those date ranges. And after we get it put together, we can now install it in the water reservoir. And that's fairly simple. You just take and you press down right in the center over that black piece. It just pops right into place. So I'm going to fill my water reservoir with water now. So the reservoir is filled. I just slid the reservoir on top of the base, and now I am taking out this orange plastic shipping piece that protects the needles in the brewer when it's being shipped. And I close the unit, and now I'm going to power on. There's a power button on the touch screen right in the bottom right hand corner. All you have to do is press it with your finger, and it just says welcome. I'm going to put a 12-ounce mug underneath the opening because we are going to start by filling the reservoir with water. And right now it says filling. It says that to do the first brewer filling, preheating of water, it's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes. For me, I didn't really time it, but it did take about 5 minutes. And as it says that it's filling on the screen, you can see in the tank where the water level is actually dropping. And it dropped significantly. I was shocked at how much, because I did fill up the water to the max line and it's already dropped a lot. But I'm hoping that it doesn't take up too much water every time I want to do a cup, because I'm hoping I don't have to like fill the reservoir after every cup that I use. But hopefully it's just this first initial brew that is trying to get established, that's the only time it's going to happen. So now that it's full, it's in the preheating mode, so the heating element has turned on. And about now, I kind of skipped ahead about a couple minutes in the video, you can start hearing the water actually boil inside the unit. And I'm very impatient, so, and yes, I did stand here and wait and actually time and see. And it was about 4.5 minutes when I could do the cleansing brew. So when this is preheated, you cannot put a K-cup right into the unit. And I really don't recommend doing that, because what the heating element and everything, it wants to burn off and so I'm just going to open up the where you put the K-cup in. I'm just going to close it, and then this thing comes up. Do you want to just pour water? And I went continue, and then this flashing button that you see here, I'm just going to poke that, which I found out is not like a touchscreen thing. You really have to poke it in, so I had issues with this. So I poke it in, there we go. And now it says it's dispensing hot water. And I had it on the 8-ounce setting, even though I had a 12-ounce mug underneath the unit. And you can see like the steam rolling off of that. That is really hot. So just be careful you don't burn yourself. But this cleansing brew really helps just get, like I said, any kind of chemicals from the factory or anything, because you can't physically wash it, you know, so it's helping get all those particles and everything out. So with this cup of water, I would just set it off to the side to let it cool, and then I wash the mug. And then it says that it's finished, so I could take the cup. And now I'm ready to make my first brew. It's in the preheating stage to get the next water hot again. So I chose this Junior Mints Hot Cocoa. I see at Walmart it's like always sold out, and one time I went there and they had just stocked it, so I'm thinking it has to be good. And it's gluten-free, so I was pretty excited to try it out. So now I'm going to lift the handle and place the K-cup into the opening. Now the instructions say do not press down on it, just close the handle and let the unit naturally poke it with the needles. There's also an option that says Hot Cocoa Other that I'm selecting on my screen. Now I have a 12-ounce mug. I'm making sure it's centered. I could probably choose like 12-ounce brew. I can go all the way up to 14 ounces, but because I didn't want to spill over, I went back down to the 8-ounce selection and I chose that. And then I click start, and then it dispensed. And when you see it dispensing, it's actually pulling more water from my water reservoir through too, so it's kind of like refilling at the same time, which I think is cool. And you can see that the hot chocolate came out. I was like, hey, hot chocolate, it looks chocolatey. And then all of a sudden it turned clear, and I thought, uh-oh. What happened? Because now you see it's like clear water coming out, but in the cup it does look like hot chocolate yet. And I found out later when I opened the container why that is, because I've watched people make coffee in here and it always looks like coffee coming out. So don't worry when that happens, that is perfectly normal. And you can see the steam coming out, and it smells so good. So minty, chocolatey smell. It smells like Christmas, I'm telling you. And so I'm just waiting for my unit. It still says dispensing, do not take, and you can see it's dripping every now and then. And so as soon as it says okay, you can take your cup and take a sip. Now after I did my hot chocolate, I was supposed to do a cleansing brew again, because you do that after every hot cocoa and other beverage, but it says I need to add more water into my unit. It went through a lot of water. But I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you what the K-cup looks like inside. So if you buy the Keurig brand K-cups, the K-cup itself is recyclable because it's number 5 plastic. So if you can recycle number 5 plastic, you're good. On these off-brand ones, it didn't say it was recyclable, so I didn't really know if I could or not, so I ended up throwing this one in the garbage. But if they are recyclable, the only thing you have to do is remove this foil top. And removing this foil top, it's going to expose how they make these K-cups. So in the hot cocoa one, there's no filter. In the coffee ones, there is. And the filter is on the foil part itself. But all you have to do is take those parts off, discard them in the garbage, and then rinse your plastic piece under running water, and then they should be recyclable. So that is my review. If you have any questions, please give me a comment below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.